bugged, actually. So we should have been done an hour ago. Leviathan final boss was not working correctly.
Is it new?
No, it's not new, but there was some updates to content this week, and there's a big not blog post, but the forum post about people are suddenly experiencing significant problems. Where is... I'm looking for epic failure. There it is.
It's a spooky time.
What's that? It might be.
No.
Take a look. No, but it'll charge quickly if you use the plug on my nightstand.
Are we live yet?
Should be. Said we are.
There we are.
Shut up and sit down.
Internet people. My name is Drevin, and I talk in funny voice. That is not racist whatsoever, cause I don't know where it come from. And there is no one else here that is struggling to keep from laughing. Anyway, this is episode number 130. Where does the time go? Right out the window, according to certain bands. Anyway, we have a surprise! Since we told you before that there's a chance that Scarlet won't make it, I'm going to go ahead and ruin the surprise and say that maybe just maybe, we found a way. Kind of like life in Jurassic Park. But she's not a dinosaur. She's considerably younger than they are. Anyway, before I say something that will put my foot in my mouth, Scarlett, how was your move? How was your flight? How's everything going?
Oh, it's good. I'm glad you didn't ask how my gaming went. Because, you know, what gaming. But the move went good. Mr. Kitty behaved. That was good. In the airport and the plane. And now he's happy. So I'm on Skype on my phone, and I have the stream on my tablet, which is down there. And I'm sitting on the floor in my bedroom with my phone shoved in a nightstand. So we're failing today epically. I don't know. It's, you know, the phone's going to fall and thunk or something. I'm going to kick the nightstand. I don't know. It's just awkward. But I'm here, so yay.
Yay.
I did play a lot of Hearthstone. That's what I get. Like, that's what I can do is Hearthstone. Did a lot of Reddit reading and stuff. That's about it. But no, everything's good. I got to get used to a job where I'm on my feet for 8 hours a day. But you know what? It's good. It's good.
It could always be worse.
So how are you? No, honestly, it could. It could. I could be stuck back in the other city where I used to live. But now I live in the country in the middle of nowhere. So that's cool. Anyways.
And your internet apparently works. At least a little bit.
The internet is working a little bit.
Yeah,
it is.
Just enough.
So that's cool.
You probably have about the same internet I do at the moment.
Sleeping. 7 meg.
Okay, you probably have better internet than I do.
Okay.
Probably. I don't know. I have to go look. I don't know if they upgraded yet. Anyway.
I don't know. But anyways, yep. I'm here.
Yep. Reoccurring guest, Galv. How you doing?
I am pretty good. Assuming you can actually hear me. But we've got a guest around, which is really nice, and had a great turkey day. I was just playing Destiny right before you picked up the podcast and trying to win the raid in there, but it's bugged. So that was unfortunate. But had a good week in WoW, good week at work, day off with friends and family. So did a lot of cooking, turkey, pecan pie, green bean casserole, so on and so forth. So that was good. So, yeah, doing well. How about you, Draven?
I mean, you know, Thanksgiving with family is what it is. Some stories are okay, and some make you wonder, why do they not understand that I avoid them for 363 days out of the year? But that's neither here nor there. No one wants to hear that story. But yeah, so that's pretty much been my week. It's been family stuff and multiple trips to stores because I promised to help out for a little bit, and credit card's not working, and that was just because the system was down at the time, which is a bad time to do that this time of year. The system just, our system's not working. You might want to fix that.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
Luckily, I knew what the issue was. I couldn't fix it because it was on the bank side. And it was literally, there was just the bank, just their system went down. Happens.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that happens. So, you know, made a
not
second trip
so
with
much.
cash.
There you go.
Yeah. Fun times. Let's see. In terms of gaming,
I forgot.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say I forgot it's your guys' Turkey Day, so happy Turkey Day.
Yeah, a few days
thank
ago.
you.
But thank you.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
Or as I call it, Turkey Genocide Day.
It's the equivalent of watching a bunch of Azerothians cook up Murlocs, I guess.
Well, we've got Turkey Genocide Day, and then this time next month, you have Pine Tree Holocaust Day. I'm incredibly politically correct when it comes to holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, way to go. You know, covering all your bases.
Yeah. There's the traumatized small children last month. 2 months ago. No, last month. Yeah. So, you know, have fun. Anyway, in terms of gaming, it's been mostly Warcraft, getting ready for the next raid, which by the time, if you're not here live, by the time you hear this, it's probably out. Unless I...
Oh yeah, it comes out on Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. Yep. And I put all these nice, videos in the raid channel so everyone's ready, and I haven't watched them enough. So,
when you say enough, does that mean at all?
I watched them a couple times already, but
okay, because I'm gonna want to do that.
Howland is right. New raid hype.
Yeah.
Yay! Hype! I'm jealous. I won't be able to raid it.
Yeah, it'll be okay. You'll have a spot when you come back if you decide you want it.
Are you guys going to carry me through my AOTC? I hope so. I'll just come back at the end of the raid and get AOTC.
You'll come back right the day before the expansion goes live and be like, hey, carry me. And we'll be like, we cleared it. Okay, we'll get alts.
Exactly.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I know a guy.
Iron says it's the best raid ever. You know a guy?
I know a guy. First starts with how, last versus land, and we'll see. I think he'll get you a night to get your AOTC.
Yeah, we'll just have you jump off whatever edge there is and be like, okay, just die right off the bat. That way you don't have to worry about mechanics. Or plumbers.
I'm okay with that.
Alright. Well, I mean, that's really been getting ready for that. It's been my week for the most part. I mean, a little bit of Overwatch, a little bit of Heroes. Zero Destiny.
Do you own the game?
No, that's why it's zero.
Oh. Okay. I was going to say.
There's a lot of rewards yet to claim this week for me, so I haven't played it much.
Anyway, yeah, so, let's say we get straight to the news. Scarlett, I will forgive you for not having the notes up this week due to, stuff.
I physically can't.
Yeah.
Unless I get a third device.
Well, why don't you have like 5 going right now and taking up all your internet right now?
I'd say her connection's actually pretty clear right now. The camera on her phone is doing a really good job.
Yeah, the microphone is doing decent too.
It's because most of the people are asleep. It's 11:30 at night here, and they go to bed at like 10. So that's why.
Well, but if they're going to bed early, they're going to miss out on those big deal savings at the Blizzard store. Unless they did it already.
Oh, nice segue.
If you by nice you mean completely and utterly fail, then sure.
They wouldn't know what the Blizzard store is, but I do, and I'm jealous of the deals.
Yeah.
There's some great deals right now.
Oh yeah, some stuff all the way up to 75% off.
Overwatch coloring book, $11.
Okay.
Adult style, not adult themed.
I wonder if they'd sell more adult themed ones.
Probably. But okay, so I took a quick glance at the merch, and all the stuff that I was interested in was in the book section. Isn't that surprising? But there was the coloring books.
How many trees would Theory complain would get cut down?
I don't care about the trees. Okay, I do care about the trees. But you know what? I live now in the middle of Loggingville. And you know what they do after they log the whole thing? They plant more trees. Yes.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to plant twice as many, but yeah.
Twice as many.
Yeah, because the bigger bigger trees can output more oxygen versus the little trees, so you have to plant more for the same conversion rate.
Right, but did you know the ozone hole is getting smaller, so we're doing better at fixing our air pollution. Yeah. Anyways, Books are still good.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was gonna say, I don't
So,
really want to get into the whole ozone thing because that's going to open up political stuff. And admittedly, I did put out a funny, semi-political tweet.
you did. I saw that.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I don't know if Galv saw it or not. He's just grinning and nodding at me. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
sure.
I was hearing it. I haven't looked at it yet. No, my guest came by. I intentionally stockpiled the Dr. Pepper near me so that she'd have to come by and say hi.
Okay, because I turned the. You didn't see it, but I turned the camera away as soon as I could.
Oh,
It's just,
fine.
yeah. It's just one of those things. If people don't consent to being on, I try to be nice. But anyway, Gear Store.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Lots of
It
stuff.
looks really good. Mostly featuring Moira in the featured area.
Did you see the cute but deadly section?
Cute but deadly.
I'm not in the store.
It's
You can't buy me.
Ha 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 ha.
You can rent me maybe, but
Did
you can't
you-
buy me.
Rent you? I'm not
You
sure
can't
that's
afford
entirely
me.
legal where you're at.
You can't afford me anyway.
Did you have anything on a wish list that you might want to get? You don't have to have bought it, but is there anything that you
The
saw
thing that I wanted the most was sold out. I wanted the
Which was?
Zergling slippers.
Oh, the Zergling slippers. Hmm.
Did
I
you ever
can't
get the Abathur hat?
I got it at BlizzCon that year that I went. I debated back and forth that entire time I was in line, and when I got there, I was like, I got the badge, I got to do it. I have the hat, and it's actually sitting over in my closet, still in the bag. I haven't opened it.
You should wear it.
Maybe.
So there's some cool stuff over there, and one of the things I was looking at is they've got the Snowball plushie is the highest priced of the plushies right now, probably because it's the newest one, right?
It's also probably the biggest one.
Like size-wise, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hogger was another plushie I was looking at, but again, I don't have room for it, so
Wait, I have Hogger. He's in that closet,
yeah.
which you guys can't see.
Yeah.
And I can't get up to show you, but I brought all my Blizzard plushies with me. That was like half my suitcase.
Well, yeah, you have to
So
have that kind of thing.
Hogger's in the closet.
You never know.
Hey, well, that just means Blizzard was even more proactive
Diverse,
when they let Hogger
right?
win the costume contest.
Go Team Hogger.
Yeah.
Wait, huh?
But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of
Death
stuff.
Whipping's also in the closet.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing daily deals over on the store over there, so check it out every day. You never know what's going to be on sale, but it's going through Monday, the 25th. 27th.
There's a female Draenei robe, deeply discounted, with a tail.
That's awesome. You should get that.
Yeah, Gal, you should get that and then wear it on stream sometime.
You wouldn't see the tail. Always sitting.
That's
okay.
true.
We'd know what it was. I mean, there's
Actually,
all
you know
kinds of
what I
stuff
really
if you're
want?
interested. So
Yeah.
I want the Murloc onesie.
I think it's sold out at the moment because I couldn't find it.
I know. I'm pretty sure it is,
Maybe it
but
was
I
a
still want it.
BlizzCon time only thing because it's been past to the 2 weeks. So who knows?
Could have been.
But anyway, yeah. Gear.blizzard.com. Go over there, check it out, find some stuff, buy some stuff.
Man, I don't see
Also-
Alessandra on. I thought Alessandra would be on.
Yeah, we haven't started
She'll
talking about
be here.
StarCraft yet, so she'll probably jump in right after that. Right after she'll be on.
But in
Did you guys talk about the StarCraft thing? I'll be like, yeah, you just missed it.
I was going to say though about the sales, isn't there like huge sales on the games too? So if you need like
Yeah.
any of the
Like Legion, I
experience for
think
your
is
alt account,
$25 right now.
exactly.
Which
So if
okay, so this is not cheating the system. Well, I mean it is, but it's allowed. You could buy a digital copy of Legion right now for say $25,
Okay.
which comes with a level 100 boost, which in and of itself costs $60. So you could buy a copy of Legion, put it to your account, get another boost, cheaper than just buying a boost. So if you're wanting to boost, it's cheaper to do it now.
How much is can you transfer characters between new accounts and old accounts?
No. You don't even have to. As long as your new Legion copy that you're buying is on your BattleNet, you just log in once to that new account, log back out, go back to your main account. The boost can be used on any of the BattleNet accounts.
No kidding.
Yep.
That's how I got a whole bunch of level 110s.
Interesting.
Whereas me,
So
I did it.
legit.
I did it the legit way and leveled them all, with the exception of one.
You know what?
Because I already had a character at that level already.
Silly boosting.
You know, we're getting further and further along in the process, though, where even if you level the character up, you may be missing tons and tons of content that used to be part of the game, was they phase in that graduated leveling system.
Is that in the game yet?
No. 735, which should be, I would imagine, a month or two after the raid comes out.
Okay.
So maybe
But there's
January, February?
There's roughly parallel tracks, though, right? Like most areas, if you're level 30 to 40, you can go to one of two areas, or one of two, you know what I mean? Like, it's most that way the whole way out.
Well,
you only have to dump on Northrend for
60.
this much, and
up until 60. There's usually two areas for old content, 1 through 60. At least two areas that you could go to quest. Like there's one on each continent usually.
Yep.
But when they change it, it's going to be, here you go, level.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want to avoid this area over here because it starts at a higher level than you, and Welcome Bear will kill you. But other than that,
Bear.
He just wants hugs.
I kind of want to level a character with the new system just to try it out once I get the computer back.
That would be interesting.
I think it would be.
I've already leveled through them so many times. I mean, I could, but again, I've done it so many times.
It may help me get Lore Master because I'm missing Northrend and Outland is all for Lore Master.
Which pieces of Lore Master are you missing? Just the quests, main story quests? Or what's the...
Well, for Outland and Northrend, it's just you have to do a certain number of quests in each zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But well, in Northrend, it's you have to clear an area, move on to the next. You get the achievement, partial achievement for that one area. It's kind of like each zone is its own meta achievement for Lore Master. That's when they started doing it, was in Northrend. But yeah, in Outland, it's do this number of quests in this area. I don't want to be in this area, though.
Yeah, I think I've had enough of Hellfire Peninsula for my entire lifetime.
Yeah, Bashir.
That's one that is already done.
Yeah. That's when it was modern content. Boy, that was a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten Lore Master the achievement completed twice on the same character. So I've done questing. Pre-Cata and post-Cata.
Because you're silly.
No, because it was there and I wanted the achievements.
Fair enough.
Speaking of a weird achievement, remember how a couple weeks ago we mentioned Deep Mind and how it would be really cool if something ever came about that?
Yeah.
Yep.
It hasn't beat a human yet. Or at least not one of the former pros. They did put it up against some people. It's getting better. It is learning. But it hasn't gotten so good that it could beat a pro player yet.
That's interesting, though, that it can learn.
Well, yeah, it's an AI, kind of.
I know, but it's still interesting that it can learn.
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun.
Makes me wonder if there's ways of cheating the system a little bit. If you know that it needs to learn something, whether it'll generalize or whether, instead of remembering a specific move that a player makes.
To clarify it a little better, it went in with no knowledge of the person it was playing style of play. So it didn't know who it was playing against or anything like that. As they played that same person a few times, that person was still winning, but they weren't winning as dominantly. So
Right.
it was adapting to that person. So it can go back and watch replays and stuff like that. Once it plays some people, it's going to learn more and more and more. No matter how much it loses, it's going to figure out, oh, I could do this, timings and stuff like that. And eventually, we're going to have a computer beating the Koreans at BlizzCon for the
That'll
StarCraft
be
finals.
cool, though.
That would be
Yeah.
interesting if it gets that good. I'm thinking maybe by next year.
Finally, see some competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally the Koreans will have competition for StarCraft. And
I
apparently,
think it'll be cool to see that.
I mean, if they could get it to work on Overwatch, the Koreans would have competition for Overwatch too. Because right now there is none
That's true.
for the most part. Yeah, so DeepMind, thank you, Alessandro, for the article. It'll be linked in the show notes. Was there anything Hearthstone? I have to ask because there's two of you who actually play the game. I know there was the weekly brawl, but it's been done before.
It felt different this time, though. I don't.
Oh, it had the newer cards. That's why.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess I'll make some remarks on real quick. Is I found it pretty difficult the archetypes were sort of dominant in some respects. I felt like Hunter was extremely dominant and Mage. So for those who didn't play the weekly brawl, there's still some time left. And the important thing about it, I would say, is that it rewards, if you get a win, one of the new packs coming out from Kobolds and Catacombs. So that's a worthwhile reason to at least go notch a win if you can.
Fair enough.
So it starts off with 2 chickens, a buzzsaw, and a shield, and a couple of coins. That's basically your starting hand, and you get to discover one. So it'll come up with 3 cards that are either general or archetype to whichever you pick. Let's say you're a mage. And every turn, you'd pick a card from 3 that randomly show up. So a lot of the people I played got their freaking Death Knight cards. And so I was playing against people who were like, Death Knight Jaina, Death Knight Rexar. And they had a massive advantage. But once you picked that card, if you left it in your hand until the end of the hand, it would add into your deck. So one of the other fun things to do was get Discover cards or random Mage cards, for example, like one of the ones that's, Discover a random Mage card upon death rattle or something like that, because you'll get one of those in your hand, and then if it stays in there till the end of the turn, it suddenly becomes part of your hand also. So it's a really interesting mechanic. Yeah.
It allowed me to do my quests. I had a whole bunch of quests stacked up, so...
I have, unless they add up further, I have 3 quests.
No, you just have 3, but I usually clear them every day, but I had 3.
I've
I
probably had 3 for about 8 months.
Get on it.
It takes like half an hour a day.
Yeah.
That's a half an hour I spend doing other things, though.
Well, in this case, the brawl's giving you a deck. You don't have to have a pre-made deck of
I
any
get
kind.
that. It's just more of at this point, I'm so far behind. I'd have to pay money, and I don't want to pay money into it. I put money into it before, and it's like I'm just done. I will try the dungeon thing when it comes out. That I will do, because you get decks built for you there. But beyond that, I'm just kind of over it.
I'd like a little more crossover stuff with Hearthstone. Like, some appeal to say, well, if I play Hearthstone, you used to have those in-game items from the trading card game for World of Warcraft. Nothing game breaking, but with kind of little rewards or little nuggets where if you play this other game, you get this little tchotchke over here in Warcraft. That's fun.
Yeah, that would actually get me to play the game again, because I do have some of those little rewards. I don't know how many charges of it I have left, but I have the Footsteps of Illidan, where you have the little green footsteps behind you as you walk.
Oh, those are cool.
Well,
Yeah, definitely.
Make that a toy, because I'd like to use it, but I don't want to run out of it.
Like a toy that's a reward for playing Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That right there would be, pretty cool.
I want the little baby Murloc as a pet. Like the little baby one. That would be adorable. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, since you were talking brawls, there was another game that had a brawl, and Scarlett, I know you didn't try it because you won't play the game anyway. I don't know if Galv, you tried it or not.
It's on my list. I'm going to hit that tomorrow for sure because it looks really interesting. It looks like a PvE brawl.
It is a PvE brawl. Heroes of the Storm did a PvE brawl, which, believe it or not, is actually really fun. And it's more fun if you have people with you, like friends that you can talk to. You can do it solo, but you'll have other 4 random people. It's kind of a mix between Warcraft and StarCraft, but in MOBA form. So you have a selection of about 20-something heroes. And they're the same heroes every time you have access to. You like no Diablo, no Tyrael, or not Tyrael, no Tychus, no Anubarak, no Abathur. I mean, there's some that you just can't because they're the quote-unquote bad guys. Murky's another one you can't do. But you have a nice chunk of heroes you can pick
How's
from.
Murky a bad guy?
They put him as one of the bad guys.
Murky's so cute,
I don't
though.
know. They just put him as one of the bad guys. You can't pick
Liberty
Chromie and she's not
is
in it. But
Murlocian people.
yeah, Li Ming's not in it at all. So, I mean, there's some that they just took away and some here you go. And you get a group of 5 people as normal. And you pick a comp and you just kind of run through the map. You get to the end of that particular map, you have to defend the map area, and you got to kill stuff along the way. You defend it for so long, you open up the section to the next map. Same thing. And then you got to fight little mini bosses, which is the other heroes and stuff eventually, and all that. And you get these little buffs that you can pick up and use, blah, 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 blah. Get to the next point, defend it, go through the door, open it up, and you get a boss at the end. And it's got some interesting mechanics and stuff like that. If you take your time, it's really easy, but the fun part is at times, and you can try to beat your own time. My personal best is, I think, 7 minutes and 46 seconds.
Is that good?
The only time I've seen better was 6 minutes 30 seconds, and that was done by Kyle Ferguson, a couple of guys from Core, and Heroes Forge earlier today.
A bunch of nobodies.
A bunch of nobodies that are like platinum level. I'm sure you could beat 746 easy, but
Yeah.
most of the games you're going to get through it in about 10 minutes if you pace yourself. Just have a healer, preferably a tank. I would personally recommend Sonya or Twin Blade Varian.
Okay.
And then other than that, Alarak, or not Alarak, but Artanis is another tank that you could use. Other than that, pretty much whoever you want, just combinations. But it is
That
fun.
sounds kind of fun, honestly.
It actually is really fun. You only have to play 3 games. Oh, Ragnaros is in it. Lava Wave is not, because that would be broken.
A pickable hero, or you have to fight against him?
You can play as Ragnaros. You can play him. You cannot pick Lava Wave as your heroic, because that would just be freaking broken.
Yeah. That makes it interesting.
We're going to go ahead and clear the entire lane for you.
Yeah,
Everyone
this
would
is
be
a
picking.
classic hero, Ragnaros, on the side of good all the time.
Yes. But, yeah, other than that, in terms of heroes, the only other real news at the moment, other than Hanzo is likely coming next week, not this upcoming Tuesday, but the week after, is the
is Alistraza released?
Alistraza is out, yes.
Oh, okay.
And someone earlier today actually asked me, are there any heroes you don't have? I was like, yeah, Hanzo when he comes out.
You already have Ali?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got her day 1. But yeah, other than Hanzo when he comes out, the stealth changes and all that are coming, all the reworks that are coming apparently next week. Hanzo I think is the week after, but Pro Scene is where all the news is, and it's roster apocalypse time again. All the teams are being, you go here, you go here, you go there, blah 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 blah. No team that I'm aware of is keeping all members, NA or EU.
Do they get mixed between NA and EU? Someone from NA could go to EU and vice versa?
They could, but they have to move.
Change regions.
Oh.
Like
They
They have
geographically
to move
speaking.
because of the ping difference. And I think there's like a 3 or 6 month wait period or something like that. So
So
pretty much
not
doesn't
really.
happen. Yeah, it pretty much doesn't happen. But they could, in theory. Hypothetically speaking.
I get it. Hypothetically.
And he makes an appearance. Overwatch.
Where?
Over there. It's watching you. Before you left Scarlet, did you get on the PTR?
I did not. I heard it was awesome, though.
You get a little robot-y on us there.
A little bit, but
Am I?
you were
That's-
for a second, but you're all right.
It cleaned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, clean. Galv,
Oh,
do you
so-
have Overwatch PTR?
Yes, I have not messed with PTR. I've been playing regular, but I will tell you that there's that bit on Reddit. Am I jumping ahead to the Shark Graviton ride?
Oh, I didn't. You can throw that. Go ahead.
Go ahead and mention that, because that was awesome. I saw it.
I had to show people who didn't even play Overwatch, and they were asking me, but they were also giggling because it looked so ridiculous. Someone went to the trouble of setting up a fight in the new Blizzard world where they're down to the docks, like the Stormwind docks, and they've got the shark hanging from the yardarm, like either from Heroes of the Storm, because that makes an appearance in Heroes of the Storm too, and an entire team of 6 Torbjorns are piled up standing next to the shark, and the person who's filming is playing Zarya, and she uses her graviton pulse on the shark, and so all these Torbjorns are sucked up attached to the shark, and then I didn't know you could do this as Zarya, but she's using her cannon to direct the shark around a giant circle until it bangs into the wooden upright and just flings all the Torbjorns into the water, and then they all die. It goes boop, 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 boop.
Play of the game.
Team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that with Zarya. That looks amazing. So many fun things.
I don't think that was an intentional thing, and if it was a bug, because she can't do that normally. I think it was just a weird glitch because she hit the shark, and the shark ended up moving, so it moved so it just kind of kept going and it just kind of picked up speed.
Yeah.
Either way, it was funny.
Oh, it was hysterical, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you must be this tall to ride the ride.
You must be Torbjorn to ride this ride. Bye-bye.
I did get to play against Moira, who's out. Strong character. I didn't play against very good people apparently because they didn't support her well enough in the format. So she's not invincible.
I have
but
one
she's very
complaint
strong.
that is Moira, and that is her attack range.
Very long.
And I'm not talking her little flingy orb thingy. I'm talking just her regular beam thing like Symmetra has.
Yeah.
I think they're both a little too long.
Yeah, she can life drain you from a half a map away.
Seems like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, it happens. She's also really, or at least the ones that I've come in contact with, really susceptible to Junkrats.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because
That's
I've been
true.
doing a lot of Junkrat. Like I still do Reaper from time to time, but Junkrat has been the main thing. I did play a Anubis as Widowmaker, and the other team hated me because we defended, and I got lucky on a couple shots, and they didn't even make it out of their building.
Oh, brutal.
And then I got my alt, so I could see them coming out, and I got some more shots. So we held the first point fairly easily, and they were complaining about how Widowmaker was hacking. I was like, no, that's Sombra that hacks. Jeez, know your lore. And people were like, that's just wrong. And then one of them switched to Widowmaker, and I didn't see him, and she one-shot me. But it was fair. I got like 7 or 8 of them.
Question for you. Maybe you know this and I don't. I was discussing with some people in one of my Discord channels about character ideas for Overwatch, and they really liked what I was coming up with. But someone said that Blizzard actively stays away from character creation ideas from the public. Is that a real thing, or does it just feel that way?
I've heard that.
So publicly they're going to say they do not read any submissions or anything like that. However, there is always the chance that they accidentally find something like that. So they can't say they 100% avoid it. They try to, yes. Reason for that is they don't want to have to credit anybody or give royalties to anybody or anything like that.
Yeah, I figured it was monetary-wise.
Yeah, that being said, it's impossible to be 100% sheltered from that kind of thing.
I don't think they actively avoid it, but I think they make sure that theirs are completely different.
Yeah.
Because there was one time on Reddit, this person had some kind of computer science or computer technology project to do. So they designed an Overwatch character, and Jeff actually said, "Hey, that's really cool. Submit it to, like, you should try to work for Blizzard when you graduate. Kind of submit that as your resume."
Sure.
Oh yeah, they'd see something like that, but yeah, they would definitely try to keep it different. But if anything ever happened, like say they put out a hero that, oh, that's exactly what I designed, chances are they've been working on it longer than you have anyway.
Yeah.
So, unless you work for them specifically, they're not going to use your idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they do use any part of your idea, they'll mix it up with other things.
Right. So I haven't even bothered submitting to anyone just in case that's the idea, because I'm like, I'd rather see this actually work out than anything else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I have all kinds of weirdo ideas of what you could do. Problem
I'm
is,
sure.
is every single one of them would be freaking OP. This guy can shoot through buildings because that's what he does.
It's the Jeff Kaplan model.
Yeah, he just walks up to you and goes, and you die. You can shoot him all you want, but unless you shoot him right in his eyeball. But yeah, getting back to Moira, yeah, attack range is a little far for me, but other than that, she's pretty cool. Not for me, but
I think she got released in competitive recently, right?
she was in some like tournament type things, but nothing like Overwatch League because it hasn't happened yet. Which 2 weeks?
No, but I mean, she competitive season.
Oh,
She wasn't the first week when she got released. She's not on
yeah, she wasn't
allowed in.
Yeah, well, that's because she
competitive.
was new. They didn't
But-
want people to take her in there yet.
Exactly, but I think she's available in competitive now, from what I read.
I believe so. I think I saw one the other day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why I'm saying it.
Okay, so let's see. StarCraft, check. Diablo, no news, check. Hearthstone, check. Heroes, check. Overwatch, check. Rock and Roll Racing, check. Blizzard Pinball, check. I think that just leaves WoW, guys.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Wow. But, so, I don't have any graphics because I got distracted and had other things that came up that I had to take care of, and then I had other
Sure.
plans. But there was an art contest for Shadows of Argus patch from Blizzard.
Do you want me
Was
to like
there?
jerry rig a view of them?
Actually, I could probably do it.
Because I could just turn my little camera around and point it at my screen and scroll down.
I can do. Take a minute, but I can do it. But
Sure,
yeah,
because I was looking through. It's heavy on Sylvanas' sister, but
yeah, it was weird.
that's because, well, I mean, you don't get Windrunner General Sylvanas outside of Heroes of the Storm, and now you've got her sister, who's pulling some of the same, iconic looks. And then there's one with a very bright-eyed Tyrande. Yeah, there's some good submissions here.
Alright, I got it rigged up so it'll show up.
All right.
Up first, you have the Tyrallion and
Valeria?
Valeria. Yeah, I kept thinking Verisa. I was like, that's not the right sister.
Right.
Not too bad. It's actually pretty cool.
Right?
And the second, these are the grand prize people. Illidan versus the Legion, when he's got some of the Khadgar and some other people there with him. Pretty cool. This one I was surprised was a winner, but I guess it was more just having people and they wanted something stylized.
Yeah, a stylized imagery piece. It seems like it would be right out of their comic edition.
Yeah.
You know those what do you call them? The comics they led with in Legion.
Yeah, it's not bad by any stretch. It was just kind of surprising that some of the ones that come later, like especially this one here of Ilaria, I thought was better.
Oh, for sure.
But
the detail on this one is really good.
I can't see these till after it's on the stream, so that's why I'm a little quiet. But
not a problem.
Just letting you guys know they are super pretty.
The one he was just talking about looks like she's got an umbrella coming out of her pants leg, but it's actually the wood part of the bow.
Under my umbrella.
Yeah. Then there's the. It's good. I'm not gonna be mean about it. This is not me being mean. It's just a strange art style for me. It's almost chibi-ish. Malfurion.
Super
and Tyrande.
anime.
Yeah, it's anime Tyrande with Malfurion. It just was strange. It's still cool, but it's just strange.
Yeah.
And then you have Flooded Thousand Needles with Thunderbluff in the background, with even further than that, Argus up in the sky. Which I think Argus is too big in the picture, but I understand the need for detail. So it was a stylized choice. That was pretty cool.
I see that one now. I think actually it kind of fits.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I want that one as a background.
Yeah. Got her sister here.
It'd be cool if they snuck those in game somewhere.
Right?
We even have an A&R, which was surprising.
Mm-hmm. She's so emo.
And then Velen and Illidan. Verisa,
And
Turalyon, and their Star Wars
scars.
poster.
Right.
I call this...
Turalyon scars so big.
It's the Star Wars poster picture.
Cracked pavement face.
Now the Velen one I thought was really good.
Yeah.
Holding the kid's toy. And then in the background it has him walking away from his kid.
Brutal.
Yep.
I don't want to get too far ahead, but I thought the very last entry was pretty exceptional.
The many-faced demon thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I can see that right now.
Yeah, that's like the that reminds me a little bit of the style from Attack on Titan, where it just looks like this evil creature is about to devour you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just happy to have lunch and your lunch.
The top face is especially creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really tempted to use that picture as the title screen instead of what I used.
We should get a bunch of Draven's faces like superimposed over the top.
No, thank you. I give enough people nightmares. I don't need to add to it.
That would be funny.
And you thought one of me was terrible. How about this? But, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
So congrats to all the winners and all that. Hopefully, whatever prizes you were up for or won or whatever, come to you quickly and they are what you wanted. And you're all better artists than me, because I could do a stick figure, maybe. On a good day.
On a good day. That's about what I can draw.
Alright,
That's about what I can draw.
Yeah. So we were talking Shadows of Argus.
Yeah. So what's coming up on Tuesday?
And Taurus raid, yay!
Huzzah!
All right, so
I'm
we
jealous.
got 11 bosses coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So schedule unlocked. Galv, do you have that pulled up, ready to go?
I do. I'll just go over it. November 28th, normal and heroic difficulties launch. December 5th, mythic difficulty in Raid Finder Wing 1, which is Light's Breach. December 19th, Raid Finder Wing 2, Forbidden Descent. January 2nd, Raid Finder Wing 3, Hope's End. And January 16, Raid Finder Wing 4, Seat of the Pantheon. Yeah, that's going to be a mythic rush right over Christmas.
Maybe. Mythic starting December 5th.
No, it'll
I
be
figure
done before Christmas.
Probably
2 weeks, you think?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
One lockout? For
No,
Mythic?
two lockouts.
2 lockouts.
But
Second,
almost the end of the third.
5 to 12. The
First.
5th to the 12th. And then the 13th through the 20th.
Yep.
And then
They'll end just
maybe,
before Christmas.
I'm thinking by the 23rd at the latest, unless it's like, oh, holy crap, hard. Like, even for them.
I feel like they're going to tune it back a bit after Tomb of Sargeras crushed a bunch of mythics.
But you don't want the last raid, because that they keep saying it is the last
It's
raid,
the last
Right.
raid of the
to be
expansion.
super easy.
Yeah. I think they're going to keep it hard through the New Year's, and if stuff doesn't die by Christmas,
Start nerfing.
they might start nerfing it a little bit after Christmas, but I don't think they'll nerf it too much prior to that, unless it's a game-breaking bug, like, oh, we didn't mean for that to be like that.
Yeah. Find someone who's got the innovative way to cheat it. Have to tweak it a bit.
Yeah. Did you happen to see the list of bosses at all, Scarlet?
No,
Okay.
I have not.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to say your highlighted boss would be... Is there a big blue guy?
There's the Fellhound.
Har, har, har.
I don't see a big blue guy, so I'm going to say your boss of choice will be Kingaroth. It's the big dude that shot down the ship.
Well, Argus the Unmaker is mostly blue with gold accents.
Yeah. Actually, I know exactly who it would be. Nope. Vera Mathers. That's
Vera
who she would
Mathis?
pick as her boss.
Ugh.
We're picking on you, Scarlet, I know.
I noticed. Who was my boss in Tomb of Sargeras?
Wow, Vera Mathis looks like he had a really, really bad day.
I'm gonna go. What are the two boss names in Desolate Host? Or not Desolate Host, but Inquisition.
One sounded like Belloc, like the guy from Indiana Jones, and the other one starts with Atrigan. Belloc and Atrigan. Sorry,
Not
Belloc
the, not
and Fidget Spinner.
Okay, yeah, not the fidget spinner guy. It's the other guy. That's
Belloc.
That's who her boss would be.
No. No.
Are you talking about most scantily clad villains?
No. They think I always have a crush on a boss. But my actual favorite boss in Tomb is the Sisters of the Moon, just because it's so pretty in there.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Pretty dead.
Oh, I mean
Look, after
Funny.
1,000 years, they're ready for scrap.
no, the room is pretty.
That too.
It's
So do you want to highlight him, or do we assume people are going to know about all of them?
Just on the small chance that there are possible spoilers, I figure we'll wait until at least a couple LFR wings are out before we
Yeah.
do a kind of a deep dive. But you can highlight one in particular if you like. Which one are you looking forward to outside of, the last one? Just because it means yay, done.
I think the very first one, you get the very first one down, people start picking up some loot, they get excited. I think that's who's not gonna know the first one, right? Garothi Worldbreaker is the Lights Breach introduction. Looks like it's a bigger version of Reaper, if you remember from 2 raids ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it 3? Or is it an expansion ago? Fell Reaver.
No, it was the second boss of.
Yep. Right after Assault.
Citadel. Yeah.
Citadel. Yep. So I mean, I people are going to get excited about it, especially if you win, right? Hopefully, it's not too much of a gatekeeper boss in the beginning. Get it down, start picking up some loot, digging into the new raid tier.
So it's a very tall mechanical boss.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it's halfway submerged in the ground, so it's difficult to really get a good sense.
The mythic version, he's going to have legs.
Maybe he's still there, but the legs are running around the map stomping on healers.
Yeah. I personally, other than the last boss, other than Varamathras, because I do want to fight him, Coven of Shavara, the 3 Shavara demons.
Oh, yeah.
Look interesting.
I think that's your big blue monster, but for you.
No, it has nothing to do with what form they are. Just the fight itself looks like it's going to be interesting. There's 3 of them, each with random different abilities from the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, so you only see the top half of Worldbreaker. It looks a little bit like Korath in Citadel, like as far as torso up, but it's a mechanical like the Fell Reaver one.
Mm-hmm.
It's got lane action where it shoots out lanes of stuff where it looks like you got to duck out of those lanes. So a little bit of those mechanics going on. It's going to be something new to sink your teeth into.
Yep. Can't wait.
Yay for Tuesday.
Tuesday. Gotta go raid on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I've got
Yay.
Wednesday, Monday, maybe Tuesday. Depends on other things and if I can get there. So, legendaries. Legendaries. Okay, first off, pro tip. US people. Sunday. Like, tonight, clear out your emissaries. Sunday, do them, but don't turn it in. Monday, do them, don't turn it in. Get the quest to upgrade just to be safe. And then once you have the quest, turn in the emissaries on Tuesday. And do Tuesdays, obviously. Because emissaries are a way to get the item that you need.
Awoken Titan Essence.
Yes. So,
Yes.
Sunday and Monday for US. If you're EU, then it would be Monday, Tuesday. And if you're Korea, I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday. But the 2 days prior to whatever your reset day is, whenever the raid comes out, don't do the turn-in for the emissaries. Hold off on it. Because more stuff to get to item level 1,000 for your legendary. You got to do them one at a time, just like the last time.
I will have a lot to catch up on.
And then as of Tuesday also, the Veiled Argonite apparently can spawn legendaries.
Really?
I don't believe they were able to do until
They weren't. No.
So interesting. I have the page open. I literally just read that. I was like, oh, whoa. I didn't see that earlier.
So
I learned something new.
I know you might have gone over this already, but the Aman'Thul's Vision trinket is a different subcategory as the other Legion trinkets.
Okay, so legendary, however you want to say it.
Legendary! I like that.
Yeah, you get 2. Aman'Thul's trinket doesn't count towards that. However,
right, different bucket.
The way they have it set up, you can't do that along with another quote unquote Pantheon trinket. So if it's named after one of the Pantheon, you probably can't.
Ah, okay.
Like there's a strength one that I really, really want called Khaz'goroth's Courage. I could either pick that or Aman'Thul. I think Aman'Thul is going to be better overall, but I don't have any guarantee of that at the moment. Those trinkets, I can only have one or the other. If it has a...
Wait, did you say Khaz'goroth's Courage?
Yeah, it'll say it's a Pantheon trinket.
Unique equipped Path of the Titans. It's not a legendary.
Yeah, it's just an epic.
It's an epic.
So you could do Aman'Thul or Khaz'goroth. So pay attention to your
there's
trinkets.
Pantheon trinkets, and then one is legendary, which is Aman'Thul.
Yeah.
But you can only use one of those.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
One. Huh. Because having both of them would be overpowered.
That makes sense.
And we still don't officially know the drop, quote unquote, of Aman'Thul. The trinket. Is it a quest reward? Is it a drop? Is it personal loot? We don't know. Excuse me. They're not telling us.
Argus the Unmaker is listed here, but I'm not sure that's...
So, originally it was listed as a drop from the last boss.
Yeah. I'm not 100%... it's listed here.
Yeah.
But it's not...
During the Q&A, they did not confirm it was a drop. They did not confirm it was from a quest. They did not confirm if it is a drop, if it's personal loot, or you only get one, and the raid has to decide.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to confirm any of that. They said they wanted stuff left to be discovered.
I get their point of view, but I don't agree with it. Is it a drop or a quest? That's the two things it can be.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What difference does it make if we know that? So we can plan ahead, like for our raid team. Okay, this person gets it first, this person gets it second, or is it personal loot where you just get it if you get it? Is it a
so
quest?
We give it to Howland first, so that the rest of us don't get nerfed, and then.
Well, maybe. If we're having DPS issues, then I would say give it to a DPS. If we're having tank survival issues, give it to a tank. If we're having healing issues, you give it to Howland. Actually, I would say give it to someone who's not Howland, and this is just because Howland is good enough that he'd probably still top the charts for the team, even being, less geared. But yeah, give it to Howland probably.
It's always a math question. Is if you're looking at stats in a game, pick any game where you've got statted characters. Let's say your top stat is mastery, right? And that's the one you want. If you could choose to increase any of your stats by 10%, 10% of your biggest number is a bigger total than 10% of your lowest number. So I would imagine it's always better to build on your strengths than to try to fill in on your weaknesses.
That makes sense.
So, still get to do 2 legendaries, woohoo. And I think that should be about it.
For legendaries or for the show?
Yeah, that covered pretty much everything.
Well,
And I'm sure-
that was awesome.
Yeah, your internet held out. I'm sure Galv,
Internet.
his guest, would love to, have his attention.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that would be good too. Oh, it was a short list of stuff. It's not really a big update week.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot going
Is it-
on. Next week we'll have a little bit more for the raid stuff, our first impressions, etc. But
So, like, comments 1 through 10, it's Galv's fault.
No, not at all.
no, it won't be 1 through 10.
1
There's
through
11
11, then I
bosses.
suppose. Yeah.
There's 11 bosses, so I'm assuming it's going to at least be 13. Galv's fault. Alright, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. So we'll do some shout outs. Scarlett, since you're a lady, ladies first. Do you have any
What?
shout outs?
Yes, because we forgot to do it at the beginning. So shout out to our Patreons who support us and support the show. And it's been a little bit odd with me not gaming and stuff, so I haven't contributed as much. But shout out to everyone who still supports us. And you guys are awesome. And thanks for watching tonight.
Mm-hmm. And for the record, it's further down in the notes that only I can see.
Oh,
that was going to be
fair
something
enough.
I was going to throw in, but yeah.
Sorry.
What's stopping you? You can still throw stuff in.
No, I know. I wasn't complaining that she did that. I was just simply saying it is in the notes, but it's in a
Sure.
section that only I have access to because I didn't share that link.
Definitely a shout out to the raid teams, to CTR people, to Vexicans. The people are making the games right now, and even though the content's strong, it's pretty much the fun people that keep it interesting, and so I appreciate that.
Hashtag blame Galv.
God damn it! Okay. Shout out to all but one of our raid team.
Yeah, dang it, Scarlett. You don't get a shout out. You're not
Yeah, I don't get a shout out. No, I'm not there anymore.
there. As for me, I was gonna give the shout out to the Patreon people in the chat room and all that, but since Scarlett did it, I'll just do it anyway because you guys have no idea how much help it's been, like with the Patreon and stuff like that. Maybe next week I'll go into more detail on that. I don't know yet, but it's been more help than you could know. So, thanks.
Yay!
Scarlett, question.
Yes.
If one were so
Answer.
inclined, how would they get a hold of you on like internet and social media and stuff?
Right now I can be found on Twitter. My Twitter is at Scarlett_CTR. So come out, talk, hang out, chat with me, have some fun.
And Galv?
Yeah, you can catch me most often on twitch.tv/Galvanid. You can also, Galvanid Online is my Twitter handle, Discord. You'll find me in almost all the CTR haunts. Any game where you see that name, it's probably me, or it was me at some point floating through. And on Warcraft, Blizzard Launcher, anything like that. Happy to talk.
Yay. As for me, I drive in Dresden. Easy. Easy peasy. I do have another podcast called Heroes Never Die. 100% Overwatch, except for the random whatever comparison I do to some other game, usually Heroes. Because that's just the easiest one for me to compare it to. For certain situations, I guess. And we just did 89 over there. So we're getting 84, 89, I don't
Progressing,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, we're up there, so we're starting to think about 100 at this point. And like, what are we going to do?
That's
Heroes Never
awesome.
Die tournament.
Yeah. Which I will not enter because I'll be the first one out.
But I thought heroes never die.
I'm no hero. I play the villains.
Villains always turn up like a bad penny.
Yes.
Like a turn up. What?
Like a turnip, like a bad turnip.
Exactly.
And much
That was
like
a bad joke.
yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that because that's my job.
It's okay, I stole it for today.
All right, fair enough. Disclaimers for the end of the show that I got to do. Eventually, I will get better at this, but our opening theme song is from bensound.com. Eventually, we are going to have some music from Kevin MacLeod of incompetech.com, maybe for an outro or something like that. And anything we use is licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license, aka as long as we say we're using their stuff and give them credit for it, we're allowed using their stuff and give them credit for it. So thanks, because I actually like the opening theme music thingy that I found. It amuses me.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. There was a few others I was like, oh, I really want this one too, but I can't use everything. And having a rotating intro would be weird because people are like, I don't know if this is the right thing I'm listening to.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, I think that is everything. Do we have any last words for tonight? Money! Okay. Alright, so I'm going to presume, Galv, you need to go, so there's not going to be much of a post
Yes,
show.
I do.
Yeah.
Right. Feel free to post show without me.
Well, it's going to screw up the boxes, and I'm sure Scarlett wants to go to bed.
I actually have to go too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's late.
Yeah.
She's been on her feet all day.
Legit have been. I worked 8 hours standing up on cement floors.
Yeah.
My feet hurt. So good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night.
Thanks for the show.
I'll be in Discord and probably in a game here shortly. If you want to say hi or whatever.
I'll be on late tomorrow. I think second half of the day probably.
Or Sunday. I'll be on at some
Awesome.
point. Yep. So
Thanks for the good times.
Yep. We'll be back next
Thanks
week.
for joining us.
Bye-bye, Roberto. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I stole that from Pat Crane.
I want it back.